What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So I'm kind of annoyed for the simple fact that if you watch my Love After Lockup video yesterday, I was talking about how I went on ahead and brought a little green screen or whatever, trying to do some things a little bit different up in this bitch. Was waiting on it to come. It was supposed to come on the 13th. Get on the 13th. They said it was out on the carrier. Then they said that the carrier got delayed. So it's going to come between the 14th and the 16th. The 16th was yesterday. Okay? They kept on saying it's to be expected by 9 o'clock or something, whatever. All right. 9 o'clock coming past. If it don't come today, on Saturday, get a refund or reorder. I just had to get a refund. I'm so mad because I was like really excited to do some stuff, try to figure out some stuff. I'm slow to stuff. I like doing things in my own time or whatever. Everybody's doing this and doing that, but I just like to, keep the regular background or whatever. But, just jazz it up. I'm trying to do a little bit of different stuff, but I was really looking forward to that, y'all. Like, it's the little things. Anything, it didn't cost me much, so I'm not even tripping on it because they're going to give me a refund right back. But, yeah, I really wanted to jazz it up for y'all or whatever. Anyway, how y'all been doing? I hope y'all week has been lovely. The kids off to school, some of y'all getting ready to go to school. Okay, I know it's probably a little stressed out and traumatizing for some of y'all. Some of y'all parents, like, it's about goddamn time. Okay, I trust me and believe I understand. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just bracing myself because it's about to get hectic, okay, at work because school is about to start. You would think you would see more kids during the summer at the libraries and stuff like that, but we see a significant amount. But when school starts and they get that after school help and they need to find the research for this and for that, that's when everybody want to start coming in. So I gotta prepare myself for that. Got 2 more weeks free, okay. Bitch about to go on vacation next week. I probably finna have a staycation. I just need to use that to catch up on and re-energize myself because, baby, I've been drained for the past couple of weeks. I'm telling you, overtime has been kicking my ass. All right. And that's why I just came on in today and I said, let me go ahead and do this video because I don't want to keep them waiting because I was going to do it yesterday, but I was too tired, And so I was just like, let me just go ahead and do it today. I don't want to put it off anymore, so let's just get into it. It's not gonna be that much, but it's gonna be a little something, you know what I'm saying? I got y'all. So let's just start off with the first thing. First of all, congratulations to Missy Elliott. Okay, MTV finally got off their shit, okay, and finally got the stuff right. You know what I'm saying? She is the recipient of the Michael Jackson Music Video Vanguard Award. To be quite honest, after Beyonce got hers and then, Britney got hers or whatever, Missy should have got hers after Beyonce's, to be quite honest. Okay? Rihanna should have, everybody that got it most likely should have got it, but she damn sure should have got it before Jennifer Lopez did. You know what I'm saying? And to be quite honest, she should have got it before Beyonce got it, to be quite honest. And then let's be fair, okay? Because video's down, but I understood why Beyonce had got hers when she got hers because that was all doing the self-title and all that era, and that was an era, bitch. Let me tell you something. If we can go back to that, ooh, I remember I was just about to go to sleep when that bitch dropped that. I said, girl, you go on your goddamn nerves to do some shit like this. Did I stay up to listen to that shit? Hell nah, I listened to it on the way to work, on the way to school, all that stuff. It was real cute. Then I went to the concert. She was performing EXO. I'm going down memory lane, let me tell you something. That promo was cute for the Mrs. Carter tour, but then when the On the Run tour came through, that promo ain't nothing beat that promo yet, okay? The fake movie trailer that came out, I said, girl, y'all should just went on ahead and released the movie, okay? I don't care if it wasn't finna come out in trailers or whatever. It should have been an added bonus on the physical copy of the CD or whatever. Put it on iTunes for a little $5.99 or something like that. You should have did something because we would have brought it. Bitch, I would have brought it. But anyway, how do we get on that? That's not even what this about. That bitch. Anyway, Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott. Missy Misdemeanor Elliott, okay? Y'all know I love, she's like one of my favorite female hip hop artists of all time. Of all time, okay? And she does it. And she just, she's one of the most unproblematic persons in the industry. She sings, she writes, she produces, she's everywhere. She acts a little bit too. She be everywhere, and she's like everybody's friend. She's like the rap hip hop Monica, okay? Monica know everybody and work with everybody, and she do too. You know what I'm saying? And her videos. The reason why I said she should have had her stuff before all these girls that had theirs, give respect to them. They did their thing or whatever. It's because if you go back and you look at videos, Beyonce, Missy was doing videos out of this world. Okay, she was doing stuff that was ahead of its time. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and all that stuff. Get your freak on, okay? I can't stand the rain. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Gossip folks and all this shit and work it. She was doing all that. She's a bitch. She's a bitch. Okay, beat me 911. Girl, when she was playing the doll, she was the doll before NSYNC turned themselves into a doll. Okay, damn, like, bitch, I could just go on and I can just go on and I can go on. Okay, but what we not gonna do is we not gonna play Missy no more. And MTV finally got it together. Y'all just be prepared, because I really wasn't hyped to look at this MTV Awards. It's come on next. It come on next Monday. I was about to say it come on Monday. It comes on next Monday. Okay? And just be prepared. Just be prepared and just know, from this little standing that I just went on, this little tirade I just went on right now, it's gonna be worse when I do the review for the MTV Music Awards. Okay? Just know when you get to the Missy part, buckle up and prepare yourself for it, because I'm gonna go off. I'm just letting you know, okay? So don't act brand new to this, okay? Be true to it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, congratulations to Missy. Moving on, let's just talk about it. What's been really going on? The whole beef, or the whole situation, I ain't even gonna call it a beef. The whole thing that happened between Trina and Nicki Minaj. Now, Nicki Minaj had a week this week, okay? She did her Queen Radio. Did I listen? Not necessarily. I didn't. I called the Cliff Notes or whatever. I know she had Joe Budden on there. She called him out on some of the things that he said, which, when she called him out about, being bitter and, coming at women and all that stuff or whatever, she was right on it, okay? So I totally agree with that. Did I agree with a lot of it? All of it? No. Did I agree with most of it? Yes, from what I've heard. Sometimes Nicki Minaj can be a little hypocritical. She can. Let's be honest. I'm a fan of hers, but I'm a fan that can tell the truth. She can be a little bit hypocritical, okay? But at the end of the day, I'm not finna sit here and go over some stuff that we already talked about, because most of the stuff that's been on the podcast or whatever, his podcast, her podcast, we already discussed. I really hope that, I don't want this beef stuff to continue. I just want Nicki to just come on out with the new era, okay? Put the Queen era behind us. Still do your Queen Radio, because that's the key. You know what I'm saying? But, just focus on, trying to get this new era. Focus on your husband and all that stuff. Fuck that beef shit. Don't let these stands get into your head and all that stuff. It's cute to interact. And that's one of the things that I do love about Nicki, is the fact that she do interact with her, her fan base on Twitter all the time. I follow her. So, she retweeted me one time, gave me a whole bunch of retweets and stuff like that. I was like, well, damn. It was the BT thing. I was like, BT, you trash for that. Y'all was wrong for that, okay? But, yeah. So, and I can call her out what needs to be called out. And y'all already know that. But, to be quite honest, she just did what she always do, the antics and all that stuff. And it's draining, and I really don't care for it, because a lot of the stuff, like I said, that was being said on the podcast is old stuff. It's rehashing old stuff, and she trying to get clarity. She calling people out on what she felt. She saying whatever. It is what it is. I spoke on that shit long before. I'm not finna go back and rehash it like they doing. It's not that important. What's important is the fact that this whole thing that came out between her and this imaginary beef, okay? And it's imaginary because it was very one-sided, and it wasn't even one-sided on the people that it's supposed to be against. It's supposed to be Trina versus Nikki, or Nikki versus Trina, and neither one of them got a problem with each other, okay? And what made me mad about this whole thing is the fact that you have people speaking up for other people. And this is why I don't like jumping on stuff, because I used to be one of those people, as soon as something happened, I just jump up on and get on the camera and start talking about it or whatever, and then some more stuff will come out, and then I have to talk about it again. So I'm one of those people now that I just sit here and I wait till everything just unfolds, okay, until it look like it's done. And that's exactly what we had to do with this situation with Trina before we jumped the gun. And a lot of people jumped the guns. A lot of Nicki Minaj fans, or I should say not fans, but the stands, jumped the gun with this Trina situation, because a lot of them are young and they just don't know how to think sometimes. Sometimes they don't have common sense, just sometimes, okay? And the thing of it is, if you knew how Trina acts and how she responds to stuff, you will know this is totally out of her character to have somebody speak for her. What happened is, some guy named Reginald Saunders was supposed to be her, to be quite honest, was supposed to be her A&R for the Rockstar Music Group that she has, right? And all of a sudden, he comes out with this post basically talking and taking shots at Nikki about the reason why the Baps video hasn't came out yet, and she's avoiding, and people told me that this will happen if you work with her, and Trina upset, and they doing this and this and that. And I'm just sitting here like, wait a minute, it just didn't sound right. Okay, since when does Trina need somebody to speak for her? And the whole time I'm thinking what I went back to was the fact that, which blows my mind, we'll get on that in a second, went back to the fact that if you watch Love and Hip Hop Miami this last season, the dude that was her assistant or whatever he was, Alvin, that got into it with Bobby Lice or whatever, he was doing some shady stuff behind her back in her name, okay? And she let him go. She let him go. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, if we gonna keep the same sauce that's been going on that, she probably 9 out of 10 saying had nothing to do with this. And sure enough, he going out there speaking for her, and then using this opportunity to give his opinion about Nicki Minaj. And I feel as though it's fine that you don't like a person, or you don't it's not it's not a hate thing. Please, can we stop this hate train stuff? Okay, yes, there are some people that jump on bandwagons and just dislike a person just because somebody else doesn't. But not everybody does not dislike a person because everybody else does. People literally just don't like the music, or people literally just don't like the personality, or people literally just don't like what they represent or whatever. And that's it. That don't mean that they hate them. They just don't feel them, okay? So I never hate anybody. So if you ever hear me say that, I'm not a fan, I don't rock with them or whatever, that means that I'm not a fan. I don't rock with them. I don't think about them. I don't do this. And that's it. It takes too much energy to hate somebody, especially when you don't know. I think you kind of special, and not in a good way, to hate somebody that you don't know, who's never really physically, mentally, or emotionally, or whatever spoke to you or did anything negative to you. Okay, but that's another thing for another day. We can get into a whole video on that. But anyway, you using this opportunity to put out your grievances that you feel about this girl, okay, and then you doing it in the name of somebody else. I thought that was weak. Then you got her cousin Bobby Lice. He annoyed me on the last season of Love and Hip Hop, because he latches onto stuff, to drama just like this. So this was true to his character. All of a sudden, you want to use this opportunity. You want to come out and you want to say something. And well, I'm not gonna kiss ass, and Trina not gonna say what it is and all this stuff. She could still be friends with her, whatever. Quit bringing up her name, okay? Quit bringing up her name to talk about this woman that you all of a sudden have an issue with, okay? If you had this issue, why you just not being vocal? Why you wait until somebody else say something in the camp or whatever, okay? And I want to know what's the reason why he said something. I'm talking about the Reginald dude. What possessed him to just come out his mouth and post this and do this stuff so publicly, okay? Since when does an A&R do that, okay? Since when does artist development, what is it called, artist representation, and let me look up what the fuck A&R mean, okay? While I get up on here talking shit, what is A N. I said that shit slow as hell. Artists and repertoire. Girl, yes. This is the vision of the record company that is responsible for talent scouting and artistic and commercial development of the recording artist. It acts as a liaison between the artist and the record label. Okay? It does not mean that you go out here talking and bumping your gum and putting their business out there. Okay? I ain't never heard no A&R do no mess like that. Alright? So even if this stuff was real or something really is brewing and going on behind the scenes, we, the public, the fans, whatever, or from each side, we should never be made known of it. Okay? You fucked up in that position, Mr. A&R. I need to take your job. Alright? Because you're not doing it right. Then the whole thing is like, for what reason? Let her speak. You know what I'm saying? And then you go and you're doing interviews with other people, and you know you just it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. Okay? And then when Trina finally spoke on it, she said it ain't even her. Okay, she ain't got no issue with this girl, whether you want to believe that or not. You know, I just feel like something a little fishy or whatever. It probably ain't no issue, 9 out of 10. And you know, I just want to know what was going on behind the scenes that made him want to say that, you know, this probably how she felt or whatever. Was it talks going on behind the scenes that we not privy to because we're not supposed to be privy to it? All right, Trina still follow him on Instagram. I follow Trina. Trina still follow him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just confused about that, you know? So maybe she just didn't ain't working her page or somebody else posting for her and she just didn't you know, go ahead and unfollow. But he would have got fired. I don't know if he's still working with her, but baby, he would have got fired. I would have said I need to get somebody else, okay? Because this is not it. You don't speak on somebody else without, like she said, if I didn't tell you to do something, don't do it because you starting a whole bunch of unnecessary drama for what? And then you know how these barbs are. They're going to get in the comments and they're going to go off and they're going to protect their favor, whatever. And that's exactly what they did. They was being real disrespectful to Trina because of what you did, okay? And then, like Trina said, bad business, okay? Trina, I'ma just need you to really, really, really vet these people out that you have working for you, okay? Because they should never ever feel so comfortable enough to be your mouthpiece without you telling them to. Never. Never putting you in this mess like this, okay? Like, this ain't the type of highlight that we want. This ain't the type of drama that we want or whatever on us. You know, we want some the spotlight on us, but not this, not for this, okay? Yeah, we was wondering where Bab's video at and all that stuff. We ain't need to know that the song was dead years ago and this budget wasn't there, whatever, and people all up in your finances and stuff like that. Us, the public, did not need to know that. We didn't need to know that. And this nigga just made it known. Like, you out here trying to make one woman look bad to take up for another woman, but in the same breath, while you trying to make one look bad, the one you taking up for, you making her look bad. It's just a lose-lose situation at this point for you. Like, it was stupid, okay? But, y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. I'm not gonna keep on going on about it because it is what it is. It's nothing. It ain't no beef. It ain't no nothing, okay? I'm glad Nikki didn't go off, you know, on Trina. And like Trina said, they had a conversation. And that's what you're supposed to do. You have an issue with somebody, you talk to them, okay? And sometimes no answer is the answer, and you move the fuck on to the next, okay? That's what you should have been doing. You should have been out here trying to promote the damn album instead of trying to cause beef and drama. That's what you should have been doing. That's some messy ass shit, okay? Like she said, stay out of women's business, okay? Girl, I just can't. Anyway, moving on from that, there was an active shooter up in Philly a few days ago. Okay, he was black. They was trying to go up in there to serve a narcotics warrant. He held 2 officers, you know, hostage in there for a while, and you know they got like 6 officers got injured or whatever, and they eventually got him and all that. It was just a mess. It was a mess. Maybe if you out here doing something illegal, don't make it worse for yourself. Okay, don't make it worse for yourself by doing stupid shit like this, okay? I don't know the full backstory. I just know this didn't help him out any bit, okay? It's one thing to be accused of doing something else like this, and then it's another thing to take matters in your own hand and make the situation worse than it already is, okay? Philly was on lockdown, Kevin tweeting about it, Kel doing this, and I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? I hope everybody's safe. But, thankfully, no one died. I ain't like the way that they pulled him out of there though. They was dragging him like he was a rag doll. I mean, I know he did what he did, but he could have walked. The El Paso shooter, he shot up a whole store full of people and killed a whole bunch of people, and y'all just walked him on out. Y'all threw this dude up in the goddamn car like he was a goddamn rag doll. I was like, shit. Okay, but moving on from that, some good news. Coming to America. I don't know if you guys are fans, but I don't know a person who has not seen Coming to America. It comes on TV all the time. It's getting damn near like Baby Boy, okay? It comes on Comedy Central, comes on BET, comes on BET Her, VH1, all them shows, okay? It comes on all the time, all right? And they're been in talks about doing Coming to America too. At first, I was a little hesitant, like, I don't see how this gonna work. The plot of it is that, Prince Akeem, he's about to become king, okay? And he finds out that he has a long lost son over in America, and so we got to deal with that. And what really got me hyped, because I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't hyped about it. I was like, it's a classic, leave it alone, because sometimes when they do sequels, especially so many years after, it loses its luster, it loses its power, it loses its flavor, okay? It falls flat. So hopefully this won't happen, because I'm kind of excited, because the majority of the remaining cast that's still here with us, they are coming back. Vanessa Bell Calloway is coming back. Bark like a dog. Woo, woo, a big dog. Woof, woof. Girl, that's classic. She's your queen. He's coming back. John Amos coming back. The daddy, James Earl Jones, coming back. The girl, Sherry Headley, she's coming back. I met her before. She looks exactly the same, okay? Exactly the same. Everybody's coming back, and I'm just like, I'm here for it right now. I'm here to see how this is gonna turn out, and I hope y'all just turn out at the movie theater and see it when it comes out. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about that. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Let me tell you something. I've been in cold weather. I know it's kind of warm out, probably where you at, but baby, I've been in the cold all day, and I'm tired of it. I get to work, it's always like sub-zero temperatures in my job, okay? It loosened up my sinuses, nose was up there running, got goosebumps all over my body and stuff, and I'm just like, this ain't the way to live. This ain't the way to live. Here I am. Let me stop, because here I am complaining about that, and there's people that's out here suffering in this heat, okay? Let me stop, all right? Because let me tell you something. What the cold is good for is going to sleep, baby. I can sleep so good when it's cold as hell up in this bitch. Let my pillow be cool too. Oh, heaven, girl. But anyway, trying to get the feel. It's like, girl, my hands are still cold. Anyway, what's going on? Amber Rose, she said she's not doing the slut walk to this year. She's fully pregnant, so I understand that, and I want to be around a lot of people. She said she's trying to protect her energy. She had to let over 20 friends go because they were fake and all this stuff. And for once, I understand where Amber Rose is coming from. I understand we've all, or the majority of us, have had situations where we thought, and I can say that from a personal experience, there are people that, I thought would have been really close friends, and we were working on being friends or whatever, and they stabbed me in the back, and so I had to let that go. And sometimes you be cool with somebody, and you just don't like the way that they're rocking. You don't vibe with the way that they're rocking anymore, because and it's draining to be around them. That's that toxicity, okay? There are so many toxic relationships out here, whether it's friendships, whether it's family member relationships, whether it's relationship, an intimate relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, whichever way you like to slice it, okay? And sometimes they drain your energy. Sometimes they do stuff to you because they're jealous. Sometimes they just do stuff because they're not, in a good place or whatever. You have to know when to let stuff go and how much you're going to take. Okay, sometimes you just have to just step away, and you don't have to feel bad to protect your energy, to step away from that toxicity. You know what I'm saying? To protect you, you have to step away sometimes. You just need to take a mental break. You know what I'm saying? So I feel where Amber coming from. You know, you got to do what you got to do. Worried about your baby, and that's it. We don't need to hear nothing else. Moving on from that, um, this whole thing that's going on, they say like LGBT studies is about to be happening in the schools out here in Illinois, and I'm pretty much thinking like it's probably like middle school or high school or whatever. And I know that some people are feeling as though there's like this gay agenda, okay? And they're trying to force homosexuality on the kids and force homosexuality on everybody else. I can say it's a straight agenda because they're trying to force the hetero lifestyle on everybody, but it's not. Okay, it's no straight agenda, it's no gay agenda. All right? Basically, what they're going to be, and I feel as though when people mention LGBT, a lot of people that have negative thoughts about it and negative opinions about it is because of the way that they was raised, because of what they were taught in church, and they're very religious and stuff like that, but also because they kind of associate LGBT with always with sex, and sexuality and stuff like that. And that's not what it is. It's almost as if people think, oh, put this LGBT stuff in the schools and stuff like that. You're exposing them to, don't nobody need to know about men and men having sex, or women and women having sex and all this stuff, and it's not what they're trying to teach. Okay, there are many facets to it. There's just talking about the history, the things that we went through, like probably going to be teaching them about the discrimination or things like that, not about how actual sex work and all this stuff or whatever, but talking about the injustices that they face. Okay, because that's what it is. And I can understand how some people may shy away from it because they don't want their children to know about it just yet, but I'm pretty sure they're not trying to put it in the younger classes or whatever. It's probably going to be high school courses. In middle school, high school, that's when kids are learning and fully coming to terms with the fact that they could possibly be, you know, LGBT. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And it's also good to give awareness so people can understand and know how to treat people who are not like them, who aren't, who are LGBT. You may not, fully understand it, but, just still respect them as people, because that's what we are, people. But, for the ones thinking that it's all about sex, stop that shit. But I can understand where the conflict comes in. But I just want to put out there is no gay agenda. There is no gay agenda. Gay people have been here all this time. And the reason why we're seeing them a lot now is because we've been hitting. Y'all, people have been trying to hide us and act as if we're not here. Act as if we're like this, this stain or whatever. You're not supposed to talk about it and all that stuff. But the fact of the matter is we're here and we're not going nowhere. And now it's our time to get that shine that we should have been getting. Okay? Being treated like normal people, because we are. Who cares who we sleep with? Because I don't care who you sleep with. Why do you care who I sleep with? And why keep making it about sex? Okay? It's not about that. Like, it's about loving and being who you are. So, hey, it is what it is. I know it's going to be some people that's going to agree with it, disagree with it. And I can understand both sides. I can understand both sides. Just like with this whole thing that's going on with this Jay-Z thing, being with the NFL and the partnership, it's messy. It's messy at this point. I am a fan of Jay-Z. When I heard about the NFL partnership, Rock Nation going there with, and talking about, social injustice. We're trying to get social justice, and, they're taking over the music aspect of the things, probably going to be coordinating the Super Bowl or whatever. I was like, okay, where did this come from? I mean, didn't we just protest the Super Bowl and we wasn't doing the halftime shows and stuff like that? Didn't you just turn it down? It was awkward. I was like, well, how did this come about? So I can understand, people who are for it and people who are against it. I understand both sides, I'm on the side, well, my thing is, hold on. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. That was ghetto. Listen, it was bothering me. It was bothering me the whole this whole time I've been talking. It's bothering me. I'm sorry. But, and it threw me off. What I'm saying is, this whole partnership thing, and you have Jay-Z saying that he spoke to Colin. Everybody's like, well, Colin Kaepernick, you did this and you did that. And they're trying to make it seem as if, every black person got to go through Colin Kaepernick to do something with the NFL, or, come to him and talk to them about something when it comes to the NFL, when they don't. Okay? But he is the face of this protest that happened with the kneeling and things like that. And so when you spoken out in his name and, in support of and wore his jersey, that's when people like, well, damn, don't you feel like you deserve a conversation to be in it? He got blackballed and all this stuff, but at the end of the day, you can't dictate how a person is going to move. And you can call them a sellout. You can say that they're doing the right thing. But at the end of the day, I can see both sides and I can see where people are coming from. Martin Luther King, he didn't march every day. He did have to sit down with, the opposition sometimes. And he did have to strike deals sometimes, okay? You can't, sometimes you have to put somebody on the inside to work. Sometimes it ain't gonna work all the time out while just standing on the outside. Sometimes you got to put somebody on the inside, and that's how one side is thinking. Him being there, he's an insider or whatever. Then the other side is thinking this is a wrong move. You basically just being used and all this stuff, and you selling out. Then it's talk saying that he might be about to be partners on one of the football teams or whatever, and maybe he'll hire Kaepernick, okay? But at the end of the day, I just didn't like the way it all rolled out with, Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend. Girl, why are you speaking for him? Let Colin speak. Okay? Do he tell you every single thing that's been going on? Every single thing. Do you truly know that they didn't have a conversation? Colin has yet to truly speak out about this whole situation, how he feels about it, but everybody else keeps speaking for him. I want him to say something. I'm not going to get in my feelings until he says something. Sean King, I'm tired of hearing about him too. Like, you were not there, so you don't know the motive. You don't understand it, okay? But at the end of the day, I get clearly both sides about, how people feel. And at the end of the day, also, I thought we were protesting NFL. I truly don't give a fuck because I don't watch. If Beyonce ain't performing at the Super Bowl, or Rihanna, which she most likely ain't, I don't care. Like, that's cute or whatever. I don't watch football. So I don't care about the NFL. I never did. But I get both sides. I truly get both sides. You tell me in a respectful way which way you leaning. Are you for this? Do you think that this is the wrong move that the NFL is just using, Jay-Z, that is kind of shady of him to do what he's doing? Or do you feel as though, what he's doing is a master move, or, you have to get somebody from the inside to infiltrate the enemy camp or whatever, Do you get what he's doing? Are you here for it, or do you not understand why he's doing it and not here for it? Let's have a discussion on it. Put it down in the comments. I'm pretty sure it's going to be varied, So I like to hear what you got to say, because I understand both sides. So, I get it. Bitch, that's why I couldn't be in politics and shit like that, because goddamn, that's a lot. And I'm pretty sure, to be quite honest, given the type of person that he is, and they're talking about capitalism and stuff like that. Nobody does anything to become poor, okay? People do things to become richer, okay? So that their family can be rich, so that their, legacy can go on, and the support can go on and on and on. And that's what it is, okay? In some way, everybody is a capitalist. In some way. Some are just better at it than others, okay? Some are just better at it than others. That's all that I can say about that. But y'all tell me how y'all feel. This is gonna be interesting. Another thing. I don't know if you guys have been watching the Chrisleys. Remember the Chrisleys? I love the show. Okay, Todd Chrisley and his family, whatever. He's so funny to me. So I've been watching the show, and they even have a little spinoff with Chase and Savannah, his young, him and Julie's two older kids that he had with her, going out trying to follow their dreams and all that stuff in California. Um, so I follow them on social media, and like last week, he put up this post basically explaining how, he has nothing to hide, and that's why he's putting it out there that he supposed to be turning himself in. Him and Julie, his wife, supposed to be turning himself in to the courts or whatever because they about to be indicted for tax evasion or whatever. And what happened was, as he explained it, basically it was an employee that was working with him, that was one of his partners or whatever, and this man was doing some illegal stuff and forging documents and opening things up in their names and forging their signatures on things or whatever, and he fired him. And then he brought a lawsuit, like a RICO lawsuit, against him, and which was eventually dismissed. Okay, but dude tried to sue them or tried to get them caught up or whatever. The courts dismissed that thing, and now they figured out that it wasn't real and there's no weight to it or whatever, so they dismissed it. That was years ago. Now he somehow got it to another court or whatever, Supreme Court or something like that. I don't know. Either way, it's going back to the courts. They're indicting them on tax evasion, conspiracy fraud, conspiracy, wire fraud, and some other stuff. It's like 12 counts. Okay, they turned themselves in. They was out on bail. So it's just looking a little bit shaky at this point. And then if that wasn't bad enough, another report comes out talking about that the daughter Lindsay, his daughter with his first wife, comes out and she had called the cops on him and Chase, the son, her brother, trying to say that they was trying to extort her sex tape that she got out. And I said, ugh, what is going on? Trying to threaten to put the sex tape out after they got it, and if she don't agree with the stuff that they were saying about this tax stuff. Then they said that Lindsay and the mama, his ex-wife, were the one who put the information out there and all this shit. I'm just saying, like, this is just a mess. This is some mess. This is some Young and the Restless General Hospital mess, okay? What is going on? All right? Why do y'all have all this drama? Okay? But at the end of the day, I don't know who to believe. I don't know if they telling the truth or whatever, but I don't put anything past anybody, because people like to put up false fronts a lot, especially those who like to act like they have and portray to the world that they got everything. And they're one of those type of people that like to portray that they got all this money and they got all this luxury and stuff like that. So you just never know. You just never know. It's a mess. And you want to know what else a mess? I'm going to end this video with this. Well, no, I'm not. Brian McKnight and his kids, okay? What I cannot stand is when people have trouble, issues going on within the family, especially, I don't care if it's, you're a celebrity or a regular folk, and you put it on the internet and you put it out to the public because you want public sympathy. That's what it is. You want public sympathy, you want empathy, you want people to make it feel as if, oh, we got your back and they wrong and all that stuff. I hate that. I really hate that, because we, just like I said earlier, we shouldn't be privy to this stuff, okay? And it's like you're trying to shame that person into changing, changing a certain situation, or you're trying to sway the public, and manipulate the public to your side or whatever. Brian McKnight's son put out a post basically saying that he's abandoning the family and all this stuff. The daughter put out a post basically saying the same thing, and that she never felt like a daddy's girl. She never felt like she was a priority or whatever and all that. Then Brian McKnight put out a post basically saying, what this all boils down to is my son putting his stuff out there because I set them up. I set them up in life and I made them feel too entitled. That's what it is. And they're 30-year-old and 27 years old. And I cut them off. I said, so you just mad because he gave you an apartment. According to Brian McKnight, he gave you an apartment, paid for it for 2 years, and gave you 2 years to find a way to get a source of income to pay for your own bills. And he cut you off from it. And you're upset at that? you're upset because he cut you off financially and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure if that's, some other stuff is going on, but that financial aspect about it, you're a grown ass man. Okay? You grown men. You should not be taking money from your parents for nothing. Okay? You should be out there trying to forge your own self. Okay? Like, I just I just don't get it. And I like I said, we don't know the full story. We don't know the full story. If there is some truth to, some situations that's been going on. But the money part, that is some, girl, go get a job, okay? Just because you Brian McKnight's kids or whatever, ain't no shame in going to get a regular job and taking care of yourself or whatever. And one of them, Brian McKnight Jr., you can sing your ass off, okay? Go sing backup for somebody or go work on trying to put an album out yourself, okay? Like, come on. Like, stop that. It's men out here, black men out here that get a bad rep because of other black men who, are deadbeats. And then there's some that get that bad rep and follow into a stereotype when they not even that. Okay? I don't like that. This shit is messy, and I feel like it's gonna be some more stuff that's coming out with Brian McKnight and his family. And I just said, leave that shit to y'all, okay? We shouldn't be known to that. I feel like they was wrong as hell for putting it out there on social media like that. Like, what are you trying to do? Shame this man to do something? And he came back with some other stuff. Like, it backfired. So, y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. And everybody keep on talking about the Normani video and song or whatever. How do I feel? Because I haven't really said anything. I saw the video and it was cute. I do like the concept of her going back in the day, and I liked how it started off with her being younger, looking at 106 in Park. And I said, ooh, Terrence and Roxy, you was a little kid back then. Because I was about to say, let's take it back to AJ and Free. Okay? But no, that was your era, Terrence and Roxy. We was at the beginning with AJ and Free. Okay? But, it was cute enough. I did like it. I liked the video. She can dance her ass off. Do I like the song? The song has to grow on me. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, oh, the song is the bomb, is this, is that. It's not. Okay? It's cute. That's it. That's it. I see the potential, though. I see the potential. If she gets some bomb-ass writers behind her and start giving her that, it sounds a little too young for her. And I know she's young already, but the sound just sounds a little bit too young, if you get what I'm saying. Like, she has the potential. I see it. I see it. Okay? But, yeah, that's all I gotta say. But anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. I know y'all finna go off, okay, in the comments about these topics. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Let's be respectful to one another. And, yeah, I will see you guys later. Please be safe, okay? And, have a good one. Peace.